So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Ljubljana Talks here at IMEX 2024. With Gorazd, we have another wonderful guest with us today, Pia Such. Thank you very much for being with us. And I'm gonna go straight and ask you, can you tell us more about your role at the Technische Schule and what you do and as a project manager?
Of course. First of all, thanks for having me. I'm very flattered to be here today. I'm Pia. I'm a young event professional. I'm working for 1.5 years now in the event industry. I'm working at Blue Scope Berlin, which is an agency, and we're specialized in the automotive industry. And luckily, I'm planning and organizing events all around the world, so pretty international. And I really enjoy being at the IMEX because then we're always traveling around, and now everybody's traveling to Germany, and we're able to meet here the whole event industry. So yeah, it has been a great day till now.
And working in the automotive industry, I would say it is one of the most exciting segments of the events industry or the meetings industry as such, because it is high budget, very exciting, a lot of media coverage. And how did you get started actually from this? How did you enter into the business?
Yeah, I would say maybe we should talk about, is it that interesting? Because of course, as you're saying, a lot of budget, like traveling around. But for me as a young event professional, topics like sustainability come up pretty fast as well. Like we're the younger generation who are like pretty concerned about those topics. So the automotive industry is also an industry which is like sustainability wise, like a topic where it needs to still be done a lot. So I was like kind of more approaching the automotive industry in order to like, where do we need change and where can I actively work with change? So I was not approaching the automotive industry out of the budget or fun part, more of like, where can I do a lot? And there still needs to be done a lot. So that's more how I got there.
The topic of your bachelor's degree is very intriguing.
You
delved into the Agile event organizing. We talked a lot about that with our colleague Kolja Dams before. Can you explain why you choose that topic, and can you explain more about it? What was the result, your conclusion?
Of course. Luckily, I had a professor at my university who was like, okay, Pia, what do you want to like write your bachelor thesis about? And I was like, having a look on the whole industry and not only event management, but like Agile project management in general. And I was like doing my research and like coming up pretty quickly with the Gallup survey, which is asking like, how connected are you with your job? How satisfied are you with your job? How happy are you? And it came up that like a very high percentage of people don't enjoy working and or working at their job. They're like kind of quit it already emotionally. So I was like having a look on what needs to be changed in order that we enjoy working again, like because there are great opportunities, as you're already saying, like it can be a lot of fun. So what is it that people are not happy about it? And I was then coming up pretty quickly that needs aren't met, like how we work, like people as an individual, are they seen? Are their emotions like accepted in their workplace, and how we do like deal with the human part of a person? So I was like very interested in having a look on that, and like how can Agile project management incorporate like being a human and people being happy again about what they're doing.
You are in a creative agency now, really creative. But how do you get out of the comfort zone? Because the comfort zone is killing the creativity. What are you doing?
Do you think so?
I
That's
think
more
so.
a statement you would say. I disagree with that because
because the changes are normal thing in everyday's life actually.
Yeah, okay.
And that's not a comfort zone.
That's true, of course, but I think change, when we think about that, of course there's climate change, the epidemic change as well, but change always is an opportunity as well. Of course, not regarding climate change and COVID is both more threatening. I would agree then with you there when we say those are threatening things. And you were saying like, what should we do in order to like face it with more, I don't know, more confidence or like not being that scared?
It's about getting outside of the comfort zone. So because once you get Let me put it like this. I was working on an automotive event once, and there was a situation that was very strenuous, right? Not fun, not at all. And I called our agent, Gillian Molden, a legend from UK, who was our rep at the time. And I explained the situation, and after talking to me, she said, "But Jan, remember, this is the character building experience. So you can only develop once you get outside of that comfort zone."
Yeah, but I would maybe like put it into different places, like getting out of the comfort zone and like suffering. Because suffering, I think, when it's connected to feeling anxious and feeling that you're not right there, that's not where can creativity grow. So I agree there with you. That's like more, not the perspective where we can grow or the place where we can grow. But getting out of the comfort zone, like getting out of comfort zone is as well getting up on stage for the first time.
Okay.
Or travel to a country where we've never been and being maybe the project manager and in charge. Those are like getting out of comfort zone. It's like new responsibilities, new situation you have to get used to. You have to build a skill set for, but you can manage them. I think that's very important. There you can see I can do it, and like things like who are threatening you, like COVID, for example. Like it's a huge thing. Like getting skills to cope with that, it's kind of hard when it's like a globally wild topic. I think you have to differentiate there.
I think
Do you
they're
agree?
interconnected. I think they're interconnected. But it's very. I think it could be also a way of looking at a situation. Like you said, you are very dedicated to sustainability, right? And yet you entered into the automotive industry, which, so do you have an ambition to change it? And how would you change it if you had a magic wand?
Yeah, that's a good question. Of course, it's coming up pretty quickly when you're saying, yeah, I'm interested in sustainability, but you're working for an automotive industry. But in the end, all of us have to join forces in order to reach a sustainable future. And automotive is there included. So they have to be part of it as well. So I, for myself, was thinking, okay, I can reach out to them, offer possibilities, like you can do it differently and like kind of maybe change their perspective of not being like they're not losing something, they're winning something. And like I'm, as an event manager, I can offer solutions to their problems, and maybe they then find a new way to set up an event, for example. Of course, in the end, the automotive industry has multiple topics, and I can't change all of them, but I can do my part, like in the events part, and try to do like more sustainable events and like do our little steps towards there. So I think that's what was my approach, and I'm still hoping that I can achieve it. So yeah, that was my motivation actually.
Good point. But do we have time for small steps, or we need to think bigger?
Fair.
And
I
are
love
you
that
anxious
question.
about the future? That's another question.
Of course. I think when I'll just do it, of course not. When just we three do it, of course not. We need it like all of us like individually. We need political restrictions, and we need great solutions who we can have a look at and like maybe find hope in there, so we're not losing maybe the threatening feeling or this like anxious feeling, and kind of stepping there. And I think a bit anxious, there will always be some feeling of being anxious. There was always left, because in the end that's always what it's getting out of your comfort zone. Like you will never be 100% sure about something or 100% happy with something when you're doing the first step. It's like doing the first steps, re-evaluating like how far did I came, what can I do now, and like kind of keep going. And maybe like we're talking about it and we're saying, yeah, you're doing great, and you keep going, and then you keep going, I keep going, and then hopefully we make our way through it. But yeah, of course, in the end, like climate change, a huge topic, is something that is threatening me. But when I'm threatened and not doing anything, I can't cope with that feeling. So I have to like start doing something in order to like get along with the feeling, and in the end then say that I did something at least.
It's very good. Be proactive.
Yeah.
Tell me something. Is it possible that the artificial intelligence will replace your agency in next year, for example?
No,
No.
no, of course
Can you
not.
tell us more about it?
I mean, what artificial intelligence can, it's like supporting us, right? It can like make our work easier. Maybe when you do a very clever Excel sheet and it's already calculating for you, you don't have to do it by hand. And I think that's what AI is the opportunity as well. So it's just in another step. It's like a lot more. But what it's like events about, like meeting, like making innovation possible, like getting to know each other, and those are very human parts, and thus like an AI or in computer or robot can't replace that. So I think that's the core competence of events, the event industry and agencies, of course. So no, I don't think that it will replace it, not in a year, not in 5, maybe in 150, but yeah, we will see.
Now, I can say from a generation that has somehow been more subjected to the social media and to ways of communication, the technology solutions that are very fresh. How do you see the use of tools such as, let's say, social media and AI we touched upon that. How do you see them being used as a helping tool to what you do? How would you apply them if you can give a case?
So what I would say, like social media network, what the great opportunity upon this is, it's like the reachability. You can reach someone at the other end of the world you would normally not ever get in touch of. So that's of course a possibility, but with this a great responsibility comes as well, like a Superman quote here, and you have to choose wisely how you kind of structure it, because when you're just trying to reach someone somewhere, that won't be useful. You have to say okay, what is my target? Who do I want to reach, and why? And is it very clever to do, or is it more something local and which is face to face? I do better results, or I think it's a method, a tool again, in order to reach goals you would normally not reach without it. So I think you have to be clever about it, think about what do I want to reach, and then of course always reevaluate, is it really working or not, or should I go another way?
My next question is, what kind of events do you prefer to organize the most, or experiences? What is your favorite type of events?
I don't want to say a type of events, but a task I especially really like, which is setting up a program. When you're having, for example, a workshop format, you already have always some sort of keynote in the beginning, or an impulse session, or a panel, or a live podcast. I really love to set up that, because then you're bringing people together with different perspectives, and a discussion grows. And I think we can really learn from different perspectives. And I really like beforehand to put effort in that, and really thoughtful think about who is interesting to listen to and why should they be there. And then when it's coming all together and you see oh, that has been super interesting, yeah, that's super rewarding, so I love that.
And what would you say to your colleagues? Why meetings industry? Why to become our colleagues actually? We all have different backgrounds actually.
Yeah.
So what is the answer of why?
So why should I convince someone to join the meeting industries? I would say when you're a person who wants to get in touch with an international community, with people who are very excited to drive change in some sort and make happen, people meeting from all around the world, that's a great place to be. You have to have some stress resistance because yeah, that's true, right? But I love it. And one key takeaway I already learned, and which I love, is this an essential for my everyday life as well, that things never go according to plan. Even though you can put 100 hours worth of time into planning and structure the program, there will always be something going wrong, and you have to have the skill to in the moment come up with a solution and go with the flow. I think that's a great skill you're learning, and is very handy for your everyday life as well. So I think when you want to learn that and be open for that and have enough stress resistance to cope with it, I would say you're the perfect fit for that.
So when talking about the meetings industry, when talking about meeting people, when talking about the global community, we cannot avoid the question, how do you experience IMEX?
Today?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually my second year. I've been here 2 years ago, and I really think it's inspiring again how it is when people come together from different cultural backgrounds. Like, and the Italian booth is next to the Switzerland, and they're like kind of exchanging, even though like usually they're miles apart from each other. So I really love that meeting of like different cultures, and I experience a very beneficial thing for all of us.
Yeah, in IMEX this year, I think it has quite a few novelties on it. I've seen quite a few changes to it, which is exciting. How do you see it grow forward? How do you see our industry in the future? Agencies, do you see there's going to be big changes coming up?
Yeah, what I was noticing is like, of course, it's not super new, but that whenever I approached the booth, they were directly doing their sustainability goals. What do they already like have done? Where do they want to go? And I think it's really good to see that it's coming a natural part. Of course, we have to still have a look on which like things are really working or which are just like with greenwashing. I have to say that as well. I think that's a topic we should have an eye on as well. But I hope that we're doing like altogether bigger steps then and work our way through towards the goal of sustainability events and then make it happen to let people meet and drive change and innovation.
We are almost at the end of our discussion, so we finish always with short fire questions. My first one is bicycle or car?
Bicycle.
Why?
In a big city, very convenient because you're going way faster than with the car when you're stuck in traffic. And I think compared to the road, it's very nice to like be at the bike lane and watch little trees, maybe the water, and not see a concrete road.
The mountains or the sea?
I would say the sea because it's super relaxing to hear waves and like relax.
Your favorite word?
My favorite word?
Word, yes.
I think it's a bittersweet because it's always showing like two different sides of one thing.
Pia, thank you very much for joining us at Ljubljana Talks today here at IMEX, and have a great show. And everybody, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you.